Hi, I'm Reverend Al Sharpton. I wanted to give this message to you that are gathered tonight. First of all, to give my sincere apologies for not being there in person as I was last year for Reverend Moles. In the midst of all of the hoopla around an election, some people are more concerned about local politics than they are the education of our children. I'm glad Reverend Moles is not like that and said, Reverend, I don't want you in the middle of confusion, but I do want to keep fighting for our children. And I respected that and said, well, I don't want to cause a misunderstanding, but I do want people to understand that it is important what you're doing tonight by saying to people on the first day after online registration for the special election that we've got to gear up to register enormous amounts of voters in Bridgeport for the general election. The fact that you have a overwhelming population of blacks and browns in Bridgeport, but that they're not voting, is something that the leadership should be concerned about and the people in the community ought to be concerned about. Interesting that a lot of them are more interested in who Reverend Moles brings to town than the fact that we're not registering and bringing out a lot of voters in the general elections in town. Well, I want to see you register. I want to see you vote in November because the future of social services, how you're policed, how the schools run, how the budgets are cut, all of that is determined by who wins in the general election. And you have got to stand up for your children. You've got to stand up and get this done. And I would hope after you get past the special election and the local bickering that we can concentrate on a real effort to get people registered, bring them out in November. And I will be there with Reverend Moles to get that done. Again, he's my friend, and I love him like a little brother. He was big enough to say, I don't want you in the middle of no confusion, but I want you to know that this November is important, and don't let people characterize, and castigate those that are caring about you. I know Reverend Moles all his life, which is why I came last year, was coming this year. He's big enough to be small tonight, but we all need to be big enough to register voters for November. Thank you. See you real soon. God bless you, and keep me in your prayers.